Hi everybody, thanks again for visiting the channel. I'm excited this is the last of our 4-part series on tips for different ways to educate yourself on your industry or maybe an industry you want to look to get into. And as we've said through this entire series, this is designed for anybody, no matter what age, industry, where you're at in your process, your journey. We can all constantly grow, constantly educate ourselves on the basics or whether there's trends out there and so forth. So let's get into the first point. Unless you're an old good-looking guy like me, most people don't understand what chambers of commerce are, what their goals are, mission, and so forth. At the end of the day, their goal and mission is to help the community, but more specifically, help economic development in the area and so forth. Chambers of commerce are constantly putting out seminars, education materials, and so forth. All of that is geared towards their members, of course, but they do a lot for non-members, or you can participate in various ways, or you can leverage somebody else's, a friend, colleague, whatever the case may be, their membership in those chambers of commerce. So make sure you're checking that stuff out. Speaking of checking out, make sure we're hitting the subscribe, like button, and consistently checking out this channel. I promise you're going to appreciate the value moving forward. I'm excited to build our relationship with you as well. On to point number 2, related to the chambers, but obviously totally different, and that's local and state governments. They also have a variety of different programs that are designed to help young folks, help startups, different industries, and so forth. This is an area, in my opinion, gets blown off all the time. Mainly what I'm telling you is, don't blow it off, and look for some of those different avenues and different opportunities associated with it. I know the government gets a bad name and we all hate taxes and all that good stuff all the time, but there is a lot of good related to business and education programs. Obviously it varies a lot in your different areas, jurisdictions, and so forth, but make sure not to ignore what's out there, because there could be 1 or 2 programs a year, especially for little or no cost, that you could really get something out of. The third point I want to make today is related to number 2. Now, obviously, there's a lot of variety in those state, local jurisdictions, and so forth. A lot of times, the division or department that is going to give you the best opportunity to learn and level up your game is departments of economic development. So that's really my point number 3. I would start there. If we don't know where to go, where to look, I would check our state, county, even city. Omaha's economic development, the state's economic development department are fantastic. Tony Goins, for example, is the state economic development leader. Got to know him a little bit. He's turned into one of my favorite humans. His heart's in the right place and he does everything he can for the great state of Nebraska. You have folks like that in your area as well. So do some searching for economic development departments and find out what they can do, or if nothing else, I would just call the individual director. Go have an informational meeting with them. They are there to serve you and they are there to promote business. Take advantage of it, and as we've said with a number of these different programs and ideas, this is an area that probably has 0 cost, which is obviously a benefit for everyone. The bonus tip that I want to give you today is related to associations. Now, a lot of folks watching this are involved in various associations, whether it's real estate, chiropractic association, whatever the case may be. If that's your area, if that's your field of study and so forth, fantastic. But it doesn't have to be. Real estate is obviously one of my favorite topics in general, but real estate is an area around here, and I've seen in various parts of the country that have a lot of groups, associations that get together periodically. There is little or no cost, And even the memberships are normally $50 a year, $100 a year, something like that. And if you're going to fully participate in everything that an association has to offer, and it costs you nothing or $100, you can't get that kind of value anywhere else. So make sure you're checking out those associations, those groups, clubs. They can be called different things, but you know where I'm coming from. That is going to be a great way to get some great education opportunities. But as we've touched on in other points as well, during this 4-part series, it's also a fantastic way to meet people, form some relationships, and meet some new people that are going to help you personally, but are also going to help your business one way or the other. One other thing I'd like to ask you guys is in the comments below, let me know if you have any other specific questions in this area, but more importantly, let me know if there's something that we missed. Whether you got a little bit of information or you learned a ton in a specific area that you were interested in or in your industry, please put them in the comments below because we will address those in future videos. Peace.